Hello, welcome to the Good Faith Show. I'm glad to have you with us. I'm Andre Morton. Oh man, I'm just trying to start up. I'm just trying to come up with a news introduction. Excuse me, guys. I'm just bullshitting around, but yeah, guys. Welcome to the Good Faith Show. I'm Andre Morton, and if you're new to the ATP Network, this is what we're on now. You can follow us on Twitter, we're on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Kick. And yeah. So before I get started, today will not be a joyous show because what happened to this guy I'm about to show you is very as a black person, like I mean, I definitely understand, the situation. Because I experienced some similar to that, but not as severe. But let me get to the shameless plugs right quick. Like the video. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. And also too, if you're watching this on YouTube and Rumble, subscribe to the channel. What are you doing with your life? Subscribe. I know you like looking at my ugly ass face. I know y'all like me. You pretend like you don't like me or you just ignore me, but you watching me. So I mean, you obviously you like something. So like the video. On the bottom of the ticker, it's gonna be on the whole duration of the live stream. Follow the official ATP Network Twitter account at ATP Network 247. And also, too, we have a store. So go to ATP Network .myshopify.com. You get Top Peasant logo shirts and stuff like that. I already got some sample merch coming, so you'll see me wearing that all the time with the ATP Network logo. We got hoodies, hats, stickers, just regular stuff, man, and the prices are reasonable. Um, so again, go to atpnetwork.myshopify.com and support us. And also to go to GazaFunds.com, Gaza Funds, where you can support the Palestinians any way you can, any way you see fit. You can donate to them if you got a bone to spare, or you can just share it on your Twitter account. And also, too, guys, don't worry about Twitter limiting your visibility. Like, what's more important, your Twitter followers, your impressions, or the Palestinians that are struggling because bad enough our tax dollars is going to their suffering. So go to GazaFunds.com, do what you can. So yeah, y'all. No, man, I'm tired as fuck today, but I'm pushing it for y'all. Yeah, man. I got a few news stories to cover. I'm not in a good light to cover this first one. I'm gonna start with this first because it needs to be talked about. Um, police brutality. Like police brutality is so common these days. What is wet to where like it's like people just grow numb to it. It's so unfortunate. It's just like a school shooting. Like when Columbine happened, holy shit! Like everybody talked about that for days, man. Like now, a school shooting happens in a random town in somewhere in what fucking middle of nowhere, and I mean nobody really like worry about it. They just say thoughts and prayers, and they move on with their life. Like that's just where us as a society in the United States got to. But yeah, man, we're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna talk about Sandy Cortez, aka AOC, crashing out because everybody and their mama's calling her out on her bullshit. So we're gonna talk about that. And also too, we're gonna talk about a military plane almost collided with a Delta plane. So and also like and um 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 trying to protect pedophiles. The Speaker of the House. I forgot that motherfucking name. Holy shit. Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson trying to protect pedophiles. So by shutting down the House. So yeah, man, got an interesting live stream for y'all. But if you just not tuning in, like the video, it's free. Don't cost you nothing. If you're just not getting in. And without further ado, let's get to it. So, all right, guys. So the first story I want to talk about, which is just, man, as a black person in America, man, you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. I mean, like, Oh man. This is from Democracy Now! Because apparently I pulled up this guy's Instagram account. And I'm gonna show y'all that in a second. It doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know whether he was told by his lawyers or whatnot to delete it, which I don't know why. I mean, look on his Instagram account. He said he's an entrepreneur, so I mean, it wasn't nothing else on there, and it's just a video of the police, you know, brutalizing him, assaulting him, really. Um, so I don't know what it's about. I don't know what the Meta, you know how these platforms is, man. I know Meta took it down. I don't know. So, but it says officer caught on camera beating black motorists will not face charges. I mean, what else is new? I mean, now I heard one of the officers um um that killed Breonna Taylor is now facing charges, which is shocking. But I mean, most of the time these cops, man, they just get off, assaulting and brutalizing unarmed, innocent women, men and women. I mean, like what else? What else is new? I mean, like it just, I mean, like you just, like I'm just flabbergasted. When I saw the video a few days ago, I was flabbergasted to see it, and now I'm not surprised when this came out. And like I said, a lot of people grow numb to this. I mean, like it's sad in this society we should grow numb to shit. Like, oh, police brutalizing someone. Oh, that's just a norm. Like, this shouldn't be normal. This shouldn't be normal, man. Why are we? But anyway, before I read the story, man, I'll tell y'all a story about me and my homeboy at the time. Like, one day on a Sunday evening, we was driving down the road. We came back from what was it, Walmart or something like that. We came back from Walmart. We was heading home. We weren't drunk. We weren't high or nothing like that. We just homeboy picked me up. Went to the store. Coming back home. Driving down the road, mind our own business. Wasn't breaking any laws. And a cop pulls out of nowhere. I think he pulled out from a parking lot or something like that. And I think he seen two black guys, riding down the road like I guess he assumed we was criminals. We had warrants. Oh boy, the typical usual stereotypes, right? So yeah, he followed us for like a good mile and a half, or a few blocks. Um, then we turned. My home made a left. I remember this like it was yesterday. My homeboy made a turn at the light. You know, he didn't run a light or nothing. He right on red. And once he made that turn, the cop flicked his lights on. Then I seen him behind us, but he went like real close behind us. He was like a 2, 3 columns behind. Like like being black in America, when you got a cop behind you or around you, you feel, man, it's like I, I I don't know how to describe it. It's a very horrific feeling. Um, how you describe it? It's like torture. You know, it's like your mind, your negative thoughts start running in your head. Like, holy shit, would he brutalize me? Would he arrest me for no reason? Like that. Just a whole bunch of bad thoughts. So he pulled us over. I mean, I had no warrants. My homeboy he had no warrants. Like we two innocent black guys just living in America, mind our own business. But no matter even if you're guilty or not, I mean, cops always assume you're guilty because you're black. So pull us over. Both of two of them was in the car. They got out. Um, you know, Usually when a cop stops you, they ask for your license and registration, and they tell you why they pulled you over. But mysteriously, these cops, and they were white, by the way. Of course, right? I know a lot of my white comrades don't like me going there, but I mean, this is not I'm not the feelings police, man. Like, I say things that makes them uncomfortable. If it makes them uncomfortable, it's their problem. It's not my problem. It's the truth. Um, but anyway, they approached the car very aggressively. Both of them had their hands. You know how the cop have his hands on his holster. He said, "Get out the car. Get up, both of you. Get out the car. Get out the car. Put your hands up. Get out the car." Man, my first reaction like, "Oh shit, I might not even make it home tonight." I might not even make it home tonight, bro, because these two pigs, like they were trigger happy, like you can see in the on the side mirrors, you can see, like I said, they had their hand on their holster, like they're ready to pop one in our asses. Um, but they opened the door. I had my hands like this. Now when I get pulled over by the cops, if I do, I have my hands on this. My homeboy, he had the hands on the wheel. I had my hands on this because I wasn't driving. I was the passenger. I got out. Now I said, what the hell is going on? Um, then he said, turn around, put your hands behind your back. And they aggressively put the handcuffs on me, and like, I mean, we wasn't even arrested. We didn't even know what the fuck was going on. My homeboy, he looked all nervous and scared and shit, rightfully so, because hell, like, what the fuck we do? Um, you know, um, then they had us to sit in front of our cars with the handcuffs on. Like they have us sitting in front of their police cars with both of us with our handcuffs, uncomfortable as fuck. Um, um, well, speaking of the devil, I hear a police car passing by the house. Well, it's probably a fire truck. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Then two more cops showed up. One of them was black and another one was white. They started to look in our car for no reason at all. Because again, we didn't have no drugs, we didn't have no alcohol in the car, we didn't have nothing. Like we weren't intoxicated, nothing. And then later, like 45 minutes later, I guess they discussed, you know, whatever. They told us why they did what they did because they said they suspected it's another car that's similar to the one my homeboy was driving. He was driving like an old school Ford Taurus. I think a 2002, 2003, something like that. It was green. It's a car similar to yours. They apparently robbed what you said they robbed a Dollar General or some shit like that, shoplifting or something. And I'm like, we came from Walmart. Like, where we came from was a Walmart. A Dollar General was on the other side of town. So if we were coming from Dollar General, and then you claim the people you looking for had a similar car to us. They described it as a beige Ford Taurus, not a green one, a beige one. We found that out later, which I'm gonna get to that in a sec. So me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I crashed out. Like they could have. I'm pretty sure, they could have brutalized me for crashing out. Like I'm like y'all gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Then they said have a good one. Then they just walked away. They took the handcuffs off us and they walked away. My homeboy car was ravaged because they just looking for stuff. Um, they didn't find nothing. They didn't find nothing. Um, and I think that was a lie because my thing is, I think the reason why they pulled us over was a lie. Because my thing is, if you suspect somebody of shoplifting something, you just don't pull them out the car. You question them. You right unlawfully question them, really. But you ask for their license, registration, whatever. Like you just don't just pull somebody out the car and put them in handcuffs and have them sit in front of your fucking car for almost an hour, rummaging through their stuff like you. Oh man, like yeah, man, that's what being black in America does to you. I haven't told nobody this until now, so y'all know my story. Unfortunately, we didn't get brutalized like this poor young man did. So unfortunate, for him. But yeah, man. Without further ado, and I'm still traumatized that to this very day. Every time I see a cop behind me, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm like, oh shit. Will they do the same shit they did to me again? You know, man, I tell you, being black in America is hard. But all right, so let me read this article, man. That's the guy right there. It says in Florida, Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said Monday that none of the officers involved in the violent arrest and beating of 22-year-old black motorist William Anthony McNeil Jr. will face criminal charges. Of course they wouldn't. Of course they won't. The beating occurred on February 19th after Jacksonville Sheriff's Office deputies pulled McNeil over for driving without his headlights on, even though it was daytime and not raining. See, that sounds similar to my situation. Like the cops probably seen us turning from the area where Walmart was when they suspected a car that looked like ours was coming from Dollar General of suspected shoplifting. Um, like, but yeah, um, like it showed what rank. Like I'm sure you out the video. Um, it says now viral cell phone video shows McNeil posing no threat to officers as he questioned why they had pulled him over. Which again, a cop post like when a cop pulls you over, they're supposed to tell you why they pulled you over. Like, see, these cops, man, they think they think they God, bro. They have a God complex because herd immunity. That's first of all, um, and and they just, man, it's just crazy. An officer did breaks McNeil's window and punches him in the face before officers drag him from the car, throw him on the ground, and begin pummeling him. This is the transcript, but I got the video. Again, like I said, his Instagram account got deleted for some reason. But it says, exit the vehicle now, exit the vehicle, show me your hands. Here, I'm here. What's your reason, sir? Step out, step out. What's your reason? Step out now. All right, get on the ground. No, no. Don't touch. Get on the ground. McNeil said he suffered a chipped tooth that pierced his cheek. Oh my God. Requiring stitches, a concussion, and short-term memory loss. Yeah, when you punch somebody in the head like they're a punching bag, of course that will occur. Jacksonville branch of the NAACP called the video disturbing, adding, "This troubling behavior from law enforcement highlights the very reasons why many African Americans, especially African American men, um, fear doing traffic stops." And let me say this about the NAACP, man. Like the NAACP to me is weak sauce. Like, you coming out with this. I mean, like, I know this just not really came out, but like you coming out with just a bleak ass statement, like, oh, it's disturbing. This is why, black men fear the cops. Oh, it's horrible, it's bad. Like, but you support a party that fund the police, NAACP. I mean, I know that's the Jacksonville branch. It's different branches, but it's still like an overall, organization. But you support Joe Biden that say he's not going to. I mean, like, I don't really take heed in what any of you clowns say. So yeah, that's the article. It's a very short article by Democracy Now. Now, this is his Instagram page. Now, I'm gonna share his screen with that because a few days ago it was live. Now it says this. It says, sorry, this page isn't available. So again, like I said, I don't know whether Instagram Meta took it down or William took it down himself. William McNeil, the guy that got beat by the police, took it down. I don't know, but yeah, like it's very suspect. You know, I'm just speculating. Maybe Meta took it down. For some reason, I don't know. Um, like I wouldn't be surprised if Meta works with the law enforcement to track down criminals that's on their platform. I mean, of course. Right? Like, these tech companies, man, like they're not, encrypted. They don't protect your data. Like, they sell your data to the to any, you know, data data company and shit like that. So, not to surprise me with that. But oh man, let me get to this graphic video of William McNeil Jr. Getting brutalized by the cops. I don't usually say this, but trigger warning to anybody that this is gonna be, it's pretty graphic. So here's the video, and I'm gonna pause in between and get my thoughts.
Pulled me over. He walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all, and then
he said there's multiple people with their headlights off. Now you look outside. I don't see no rain falling on the ground, and it's daylight. So you don't have to have your headlights on when it's not raining. Like when it's raining, yeah, but it's not raining. I don't see rain falling. When they bust the window open, I don't see rain falling down. So yeah, that's made up. Like, yeah, I really believe that that's ultra made up. But let me continue.
There's no rain.
It doesn't matter.
And look at that pig over there in his window. Like he's ready, boy. Well, he's ready to brutalize this guy. He's ready to bust his window open. Like, look at him. He's so trigger happy.
You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Now, before he busts his window out, the guy asked for a supervisor. Now, I should have asked for a supervisor, which I didn't, because I didn't know my rights. This is why us as black people, most likely you're going to encounter these pigs, man. In a way, shape, or form, or fashion, unfortunately. It's why it's important for you to know your rights. Like I watch, a lot of people don't know their rights. When a cop asks you a question, you don't have to answer it. You know that, right? You have the right to remain silent. Like, you don't have to answer questions. Yeah, they'll be butthurt, but who gives a fuck? Like, that's your right. But it's his right to ask for a supervisor, and they didn't give him one. Now watch this guy. Now, they could have shot. That glass could have gotten that dude's eyebrow. Like, he turned around when that dude tried to bust his window open. Like, this guy could have suffered vision loss because of that pig busting his glass open. Thank God the guy didn't lose his vision because of that, man. Holy shit.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
Punched him in the face. For what? Why he had to punch him in the face? He told him to exit the vehicle. This is why, people advocated for, getting rid of the police state. This is why. Like, looking at this video, man, this could be me. This could be my homeboy again. He's married, he has a wife, he has kids. Like, this could be my cousins, man. Like all this over headlights not being on. Look at the video, guys. Look at the video. Is it raining? Is it raining? And like, the sun is out. So why do he need to have his headlights on? Like, that really don't make any sense to me. My God.
Show me your hands.
Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir?
Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now.
All right. No, don't.
Oh my God, man. I really don't want to watch this, man. Look at this guy. They punching him, kicking him, man. Jesus Christ, man.
Get on the ground. Put somebody.
And look at that black cop. He's in on it. And I really don't have respect for black cops. I'm sorry. I have a classmate that's a cop. Well, he's a highway patrolman, state police, highway, whatever you call these motherfuckers. I got my mama got a friend that's a cop. You know, I don't hate them as people. I hate I hate they career, what they chose as a job. Um, like someone will say like, well, I'm not a brutalizer. I'm not this, I'm not that. But yeah, but you part. You know, I should tell them this. Like that you're part of a organization that used to be slave catchers, right? So you basically are a token Negro slave catcher. Like, I just let it continue.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with him? Y'all the one punching and kicking the guy. What's wrong with him? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
Ain't no talking now, man. Ain't no talking.
Fucking talking shit, bro. I was doing it, bro. What's going on, man?
You're under arrest. That's what's going on.
No, bro.
Yes, bro.
You
Yes.
have a lawful reason, bro.
Big knife center in here too.
See that black cop saw that phone recording. See, everybody got shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. Take it off of you, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to have a regular conversation with y'all, bro.
That's not how it works.
Too late.
That's all he was saying. He was like, hey, like, is it a law that requires me to have my headlights on in the daytime? Like, what the fuck? Like, he wasn't being malicious. He wasn't. Even if he was being malicious, they still don't get them a right to punch him and kick him and assault this man. Oh man.
When they asked you to step out of the vehicle, you should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
Because, man, what
Wait.
you mean?
Hold on.
He talking about.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all.
It's called resisting, idiot. You should have done that shit.
Sir, your partner didn't even ask.
Marijuana in his right pocket.
Yes.
So why close the door if you see him pull up?
So wait. So it said, oh, marijuana in his right pocket. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if he had marijuana in his right pocket? All because he had marijuana in his right pocket, or they suspect marijuana in his car. They're getting the right to brutalize this guy. Man, see, the reason why I'm sounding kind of soft tone is because number one, I'm on YouTube. Maybe I should have made this like a Twitter/Rumble only stream with this particular story because I really want to say what I really want to say. But maybe I will next time because it's going to happen again to somebody and it's going to go viral online. Man, and watch what else he say. I don't know why StreamYard made his video lag like this, but now watch what this cop says again.
Man, what you mean? He talking about arresting me and stuff, bro. I didn't do nothing.
It's called resisting, idiot.
I didn't do nothing wrong, sir.
Call him an idiot. He says, "It's called resisting, idiot." Like, this is how these pigs feel about us, man. But I'm not calling out my lady friend from Shreveport. We had a talk about politics and we had to talk about police and stuff. She's an older white lady, right? She's a boomer, okay. She some people just don't understand. If you're not black, white folk get brutalized by the police too. I'm not gonna deny that. But most of the time, black people, it happens to black people more often. And she said, if you comply with the police, if you obey, then nothing won't happen. Like this guy, he wasn't being malicious. He was just asking why he got pulled over. He asking why his headlights was on. Like he was basically doing what you said, but he still got beat up on. So obeying and complying with the police don't work. It don't work. Oh my God. But I didn't argue with her because she's an older lady. She's nice. She's been nice to me. I consider her like a grandma, my grandma, because my grandma, she passed away a long time ago. But yeah, man, like this is the stuff black people is talking about. The ones that advocate for um not a police accountability. We passed that. We call for like, abolition at this point. Um
Can you back me up to the car so I can lean up? Shut up.
Now they stopped the video. Oh man. So that's that. Um, you know, I mean, like a lot of people say, um, he gonna get a nice lawsuit. He gonna get money. But yeah, he might. Yeah, the city of Jacksonville probably will get settle with him for that. So those cops will be continue to brutalize the city. Those cops that beat on him, he'll get a lawsuit, and his life is forever changed because of that. Like he said, short-term memory loss, probably more brain damage. Like Lord knows what the fuck they were doing to him. They threw him on the ground too, as well as you saw in the video. So I mean, like, yeah, I don't understand, like, people saying that like it's a good thing, like, oh, he'll get paid. It ain't about getting paid, bro. Like, I mean, what that money gonna do? That money is not gonna reverse back the trauma that he experienced from the altercation with the police. Like, I don't, that's all I see online. Like people say, oh, you gonna get every lawsuit you gonna get. I'm like, it don't matter, bro. It really don't matter about money. Like this happened to so many people, man. This could have happened to me and my homeboy. This is why I really covered this. Like this could have been me, man. It could be me in the future. I don't know. Um, like, and you gotta remember these pigs train with the IDF. And you know what the IDF do to um brown people, the Palestinians, and look what the police doing to black and brown people like me. Pull me out the car, put handcuffs on me, didn't arrest me, didn't read my Miranda rights, so they didn't arrest me. They just had us in handcuffs. Look what they did to him. He just asked why, why he needs headlights on when it's not raining, and they bust his window open. Could have fucked up his eyes. Um, beat him, punched him in the face. Um, beat him, kicked him. I seen the cops kick him too. So yeah. Damn, I wish I had the Ten Demands that made by Nick and a few other people. Um, damn, I should have pulled that up too, but yeah, man. Like my final thoughts is, man, I feel terribly horrible for him, William Mcneil, and I feel terrible for his family that had to experience. With I don't know his family that had experienced they loved one experience that trauma. Like you know, back in 2020, like I was out in the streets protesting with George Floyd. A lot of my comrades was like, and not that long ago, we was protesting the exact same thing that William McNeil experienced back in February this year, and we still no progress been made. Police still brutalizing innocent unarmed black people. So yeah, man, just terrible, just fucking terrible. Like sometimes you ask yourself, when will the fucking nightmare end? And sometimes, you don't want to be pessimistic, but sometimes you think this shit will never end. It'll be a never-ending cycle. Every day, another person got brutalized by the police, or worse, killed by the police. So, oh boy. So, all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys. So the next story I want to talk about is an incident that happened, yesterday? What, that's Sunday or Monday? Probably happened on Monday. Um, the FAA, has been a litigated disaster ever since Trump came into the White House. Now, according to multiple reports, they said the FAA air traffic controllers have it been understaffed for a while, even with under Biden. But you remember earlier in DC where uh I think a military helicopter collided with a plane that carried people for the Olympics or something like that. I'm not for sure what the event was, but there were athletes, a few other plane crashes, and now this. Um, yeah, it says FAA said it will investigate incident between SkyWest Jet, which is I think part of Delta, and a B-52. Um, Now I'm gonna play this video. Do my just do. So, um, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be slightly delayed because if you look out the right side of your window, there is clearly something unexpected in our flight path.
I don't know why they didn't give us a heads up because the Air Force Base does have radar and nobody said, hey, there's also a B-52 in the pattern.
That was the Delta pilot.
Now that's the plane that was flying. That's a B-52. I thought it was a B-2. Somebody said on Instagram that's a B-2. Now B-2 bomber, that's different. That's just a regular. That's a regular Air Force bomber. But anyway, it don't matter. Even the pilot looked flabbergasted. Like he said, like, damn dog, y'all didn't tell us it was a military plane in our path. Like, holy shit. Usually, after traffic control, usually tell you, hey, descend a few thousand feet or climb a few thousand feet. That's each plane has its own like, altitude, to keep planes from crashing into each other. That's why we need air traffic control because, pilots can't see other planes in the sky. It's not like you're on the road and you see cars coming towards you. Like you're in the air, tens of thousands of feet in the air, and you need extra eyes on the ground. But yeah, man, let me continue this. Like, wow.
With a bit of a, concerning in-flight announcement, shall we say. And now the Air Force is investigating why one of its B-52 bombers nearly collided with that Delta jet. Delta's pilot having to execute an aggressive maneuver to avoid the bomber as the military aircraft was doing a flyover of the North Dakota State Fair. Retired Air Force fighter pilot and defense contractor Jeffrey Needles joins me now. So, Jeffrey, these state fair flyovers, as you know, are carefully choreographed. Down to the second. So how do you think this happened?
Yeah, so in this area, there's a radar control at Minot Air Force Base, and then they have their own control tower, and then Minot International has its own control tower. So I think that one of the main things that they're going to look at is the interplay and the sharing of communications between these organizations. It's absolutely correct that everybody should have been on the same page, but clearly there was a lapse in what was passed off.
Then about
a lapse that almost got people killed. Like we got all the technology in the world, bro, and oh my god, bro, like. It's crazy to me. Like, a lapse. It was a lapse in the system. Like, somebody needs to be fired. Either Trump needs to hire air traffic controllers back, or either somebody wasn't doing their fucking job. Now, your job is to make sure people take off and land safely. Air traffic control. Okay, the military base had their own air traffic control. Okay, well, why the military base did tell that plane that was in the path that a B-52 bomber is in your airspace, climb or descend? Like, oh my god, bro. Oh boy.
This aggressive maneuver, as it's being described, that the Delta pilot made. How are you guys trained for these specific kinds of emergencies, and how do you think the pilot did here?
The great thing is that pilots are taught not to accept a bad situation or a bad landing. And in this case, if he had any question about safe separation of aircraft, he performed a go around, and that was the right answer. Ultimately, pilots need to, despite all the automation and technology that we have, everybody needs to look out the window and clear their own flight path. So that's admirable, and they're doing the right things. Airline crews specifically, before they start an arrival into a destination, they hold a briefing between the two pilots, and they discuss and brief the approach and the landing phase of the arrival. And then as a contingency, they also talk through how they're going to perform the go around. So they're already spring loaded to have that as a hip pocket game plan.
Got it. All right. So now the FAA is reporting that this airport doesn't even have radar, that it operates under visual flight rules. Tell us exactly what that means and what kind of challenges.
Now, we're in the year of our Lord 2025, and that airport does not have radar. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So, let me get this straight. I always bring this up because it's true. So, wait, we could give money to Israel and these other countries, you know, our taxpayer dollars, to Israel to murder innocent women and children, you know, and shit like that. But we can't provide radar to these airports to keep people safe. Like, you see why our infrastructure is fucking ancient, bro, from the 50s and 60s and shit. Really, some of our infrastructure go way back longer than that. Hell, that's 50s and 60s more modern than fucking what, the early 1900s to 1800s? Oh, Jesus, man. No radar. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? No radar. Visual. Like, apparently, visual didn't help, almost caused, well, apparently it wasn't good enough because it almost caused a collision.
That can present for a pilot.
Well, kind of what I alluded to earlier is that there's a point at which if you're handed off from radar, you're cleared for a visual approach, you're responsible for clearing your own flight path. And obviously the air traffic controllers in the tower are there to provide clearance and ensure safe separation. But it really kind of falls on everybody to look out the window and make certain that you're not going to fly into somebody else. So in this case, like I said, I think it's admirable that these guys performed a go around and said,
Wait. Don't airplanes, modern airplanes have collision avoid system? So maybe well they got investigated, but I'm just saying like yeah, it's just a lot of red
hey,
flags.
we're just not going to accept a bad landing, and we're gonna take it around and do it again. But obviously, people are going to be combing through the data to figure out exactly who had what information at what piece of time, and then how these agencies can work better in the future to sequence airplanes into each of these different airfields.
Yeah, seriously, there were definitely challenges on every end, according to the information that we're getting and also seeing. And even the fact that the pilot had told passengers that air traffic control didn't even tell him that there was a bomber nearby. So what is the lesson learned here? And also this hazardous air traffic report, aka the investigation, how could that trigger changes?
So this hazardous air traffic report is going to drive sort of a mini investigation, and they're going to look at the tapes of the radio transmissions. They're going to look at the approach control radar tapes of where the airplanes were at given time slices, and then all of this turns into a lessons learned. How do we do better in the future? We always say that all regulations in the flying business are written.
I mean, how you do better is, first of all, yeah, they said they didn't have radar, so you only had to go by what you see outside. But again, it's like, provide the fucking radar. The solution is provide radar. I mean, how hard is that? Is like radar. Provide radar. Like, come on, like how the air traffic control don't have radar? How that particular airport did not have radar? Oh boy. Thank God nobody got killed, man. Holy shit, boy. I'm telling you, man. Like, and a lot of people say, hey, it's because of, the cuts by Doge and Trump and Elon. Yeah, it's probably got a lot to do with it too, but again, it's like, oh God, like, oh boy, all this, all these cuts just to pad the pockets of billionaires, like, the amount of money the billionaires get, you'll think, hell, fuck it, hell, government don't work, I guess. Like, that's why they do what they do, they want little small government, but yeah, having smaller government is the reason why people in DC that day died. Other airline collisions, close call collisions. I think Jasmine said that there was a close call as well. you don't know who she is. She's on Twitter and YouTube too. She's a online commentator like me, and she said, "Yeah, almost had they almost had a close call. Holy shit!" But boy, I'm telling you, man, one thing I'm not gonna be doing for a while. I'm not flying. I'm supposed to go to Hawaii this summer, but things happen. I gotta help out comrades and stuff. So yeah, I'm not flying no time soon, buddy. Hell no, bro. Oh boy. So all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, let's get to Sandy Cortez. Yeah, I thought I forgot about her, right? Nah, I didn't. Oh boy, Sandy Cortez, man, why you keep shitting and stepping in it? Why? Like, all you had to do is to keep your mouth shut. Like, I mean, like, Nick from RBN, right? You're a Zionist scum. You in Bernie Sanders. She's just mad because everybody from the left is calling her out. Like, this beside the other time with the Luigi Mangione situation where everybody on the left, no matter if you on the left and support Democrats or you're on the left or you're a Marxist socialist or whatever the fuck you call yourself, we all agreed on the same shit. Like ALC fucked up. So, oh boy, this is what she said. She says people exploding this false messaging that I voted for a bill plus funding that I quite literally vote no on. Yeah, you saying like it wasn't going to pass to begin with, but I did vote on it, but I technically didn't like. I'm pretty sure you're not a dumb person, ALC, but you make yourself sound really dumb. Like I'm just saying, the threat environment this morning is crazy. Oh wow, all because you got ratio. Hey, look, she got like she got ratio on Blue Sky too. But oh my god, bro. Um, she said doesn't help anyone. Drag me for the position if you disagree, but don't lie. It's out of control. Saying I voted for this funding is false. You did vote for the funding, ALC. What are you talking about? You voted to keep funding the Iron Dome, per se. That's what you basically said. Yeah, I voted, yes, but I voted for the Iron Dome, per se. Which the Iron Dome don't do shit. It's just a waste of taxpayer dollars to begin with. Iran proved that to be true. What else she said? Um, what else she said? She said right here, Google is free. There you go. Google is free. So yeah, this is what it says. It says HR 8774, Amendment of Defense Appropriations Act 2025. It says introduce, pass House. Okay. Then she oh god, so it says she voted nay on the appropriation. Okay, but you still voted for the LC. Like now you trying to provide oh god, oh god, I can't I can't, like she's making a fool out of herself, bro. I ain't done yet. I got a couple more. Uh, this is what she said first. I meant to share this first, but I forgot. She said, my record on Palestine speaks for itself. I'm proud of it. One of the strongest in Congress. That's a lie. I throw down for pro-Palestine candidates, largely unrecognized work. I throw down for pro-Palestine candidates. Okay, but why you are not throwing down for the Palestine people in Gaza that are being starved to death right now? Huh? Oh my god, bro. I can't. She sound like damn ALC, man. Like, nah, man. I don't want to go down that route, but you sound stupid as fuck. Um, Largely unrecognized work. Wow, whoopty fucking do. Oh, I help pro-Palestine candidates, get elected. Yes, but I get smeared by everybody. Goddamn. She said, that's fine. Disagreements are fine too, but if you want to toss that for one half ass, one half ass Marjorie Taylor Greene stuff. Be my guest. I know where I stand. Oh God, you know, it don't matter where Marjorie Taylor Greene that the amendment was a stunt or not. Like you're supposed to be pro-Palestine. Like you're supposed to be on the side of the Palestinians. Like you supposed to, that what Israel's doing to in Gaza is, atrocious, and you see that giving our taxpayers dollars to Israel to do that to the Palestinian people is wrong, right? I'm speaking directly here. So it don't matter whether the devil incarnates himself put an amendment up for a vote saying, yeah, let's stop funding Israel because they're doing atrocities to the Palestinian people. It don't matter who the fuck. I don't give a fuck if it's a stunt. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to stay on code. Like people say, you're supposed to stay on code. You didn't stay on code, ALC. You fucked up. You beyond fucked up, but you know what I mean? Like, you fumbled the fucking ball. That's what you did. And she got ratioed again on blue on this post on Blue Sky. Like, oh, since you got ratioed the fuck to hell and back on Twitter, now you move to Blue Sky trying to prove your point. Like, you got ratioed on that too. Oh my God, bro. But and then she said she know where she stand. I'm like, you really don't know where you stand. Like you realize by what you did, you're doing free publicity for AIPAC, and you get $0 from AIPAC. You ain't Bernie Sanders to a certain extent, because Bernie Sanders told Zoran that tone down on Zoran, tone down on the Israel rhetoric. Why? I mean, why? I mean, why? But I know why, because y'all are Zionist scum. Um, but I'm gonna read this one post from this person. It said, "No, it doesn't, you coward." It says you agree to facilitate genocide further, and you're gaslighting us, saying you care about Palestinians, which you don't care about Palestinians because people followed her somewhere. I don't know if she was I forgot what she was, but and she didn't want to like talk about it. Like, people have to really hunt you down to talk about this. That shows me, like, yeah, you're not up to it. Like, you don't want to be bothered. Um, what it said. What the fuck you have done for them? You call this a genocide and then vote against an arms embargo. This is a stain on your legacy, and I won't be able to look at you the same. So this person apparently was an AOC supporter. He was an ALC supporter. Like, damn, like I tell you, man, she getting cooked on Blue Sky too. Let me see. This person right here, man. He says, so you just know you can never satisfy this beast. You'll make more headway if you worked on pressuring Hamas to give up the hostage. Oh God. This person. More importantly, though, maybe just focus on your constituents and American people, which is where your true strength. So this guy here, apparently he's on that side. Like, Hamas is the enemy. Oh God. So yeah, that's that. Now let's go to Twitter, man. She loved getting cooked. I'm telling you that. Like, instead of just shutting the fuck up about it, like, let's be real. Like, people forget about shit quickly. Like, this could have been a two-day news cycle, but ALC is turning this into a fucking spectacle. Like, everybody and their mama talking about this shit. But now she went more in depth with this. She said Google is free on Blue Sky too as well. She said, Google is free. If you're saying I voted for military funding, you're lying. Receipts attached. Drag me for the positions all you want, but lying about them doesn't make you part of the left. So she calling people that's smearing, well, not smearing her, calling her out on her bullshit. It's not, you're not on the left. Oh my God, this is why I hate labels. Misty Winston is right about something. Labels don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. That's why I don't label myself anymore. I only label I label myself as a black man in America. If you believe neo-Nazis are welcome and operating in good faith, you can have them. So wait a minute. Right there, that last part really got me, because so AOC, you calling your constituents, your squad members that voted yes to stop for arms embargo. You calling them neo-Nazis? You calling Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, I think those two in particular, neo-Nazis? Like, I thought they're supposed to be your squad members. I thought y'all supposed to be A1. But, you really don't really fuck with them either. Like, you just in this for yourself. Like, we know. Like, um, then, yeah, I showed y'all that. Then she put the blue sky tweet on there too. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who is in your ear telling you to do this? Like, if I was in her circle, first of all, I would tell her don't vote yes on blocking the bill, no matter who the fuck put it on the floor. Second of all, if she voted yes on it, just shut the fuck up about it. Oh my God, this person, man, is hell. LC hell, boy. She hell. Got ratioed again, of course. Sammy Saab said, she said, so, Sammy Saab right here said, so Rashida, Ilhan, Summer, and Al Green are Nazis? You admitted you wanted to protect the Iron Dome. That's why you voted against it. You're crashing out in real time. And Ryan Knight says, so now you're calling out your colleagues who had the courage to vote against funding Israel's Iron Dome neo-Nazis? You have completely lost the plot. I'm glad more people are waking up to your complicity. I remember 4 years ago when it was considered blasphemy to criticize you. Yeah, I remember that too. And Kayla Johnstone, she said, you voted against canceling funding to Israel, which is plainly facilitates its atrocities, and now you're crying about a threat environment when people say so. This is embarrassing. Yes, this is totally embarrassing. AOC is doing, like, she's literally being, she basically, she might as well put on the clown makeup, in the colorful afro, and just juggle balls everywhere. You might as well, like, that's who she is. She's acting like a clown. She is a clown. Like, you said before, you voted because you want to protect the Iron Dome. Now you're claiming that I did not vote for it, but you technically did vote for it. Like, oh my God. What in the fucking hell? So yeah, RBN says LC gaslighting us for Zionists again, just like there was no one working tirelessly for a ceasefire. Her job is lying. She refused to cut genocide speaking non-flashing and get different vote to deflect, framing anti-Israel amendment as neo-Nazi while supporting war criminals. Yeah. Like, I never thought in a million years that Marjorie Taylor Greene would be on the right side in this situation. Like, I'd be like, damn. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said in the past, like, hey, she's from West Israel. But even Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, holy shit. They're killing innocent people, man. Like, hell, I got to do something about this. And maybe it's for a PR stunt. Yes, I can't put it past them. But like I said, like, you stay on code, man. You stay on code. You don't, because Marjorie Taylor Greene, because it's a stunt by her. Oh my God. But I think I got one more. Let me go to my bookmarks right quick. I think I saved something. Let me see. Yeah, this right here. I think this is from last year. This is from Savvy Sav. She said, remember when AOC conflated anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism? She been playing both sides. And yeah, and I've been noticing that too. Like, the way she talks about the situation, it's like she, it's like she's trying to satisfy both sides because I guess she's scared of AIPAC or some shit. Probably is. That's probably why she won her seat, because her two other constituents, Corey Bush and Jamal Bowman, lost their seats because of AIPAC. So yeah, but anyway, let me play this video right quick.
Conversation today, and welcome. I'm incredibly excited for us to be doing this. In a minute, we're going to be hearing from two of the foremost experts from two of some of the most foremost experts in the country in fighting anti-Semitism in America. And before we get to that panel, though, I want to talk a little bit about why we're doing this, and most importantly, why we're doing it now. Anti-Semitism, hate, and violence against Jews because of their identity is real, and it is dangerous. It is also
Anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism is totally different things, LC. Yeah, I see what you're going here. It's a few more seconds of this. So basically saying like, oh, you criticize Israel in a negative light, that's anti-Semitism. It's anti-Semitism. That's basically what she's saying, obviously. Oh my God. But let me continue.
So important to say here in this moment and during that conversation that criticism of the Israeli government is not inherently anti-Semitic, and criticism of Zionism is not automatically anti-Semitic. That being
what? Let me play that again. Let me play that again. Let me play that again.
Conversation that criticism of the Israeli government is not inherently anti-Semitic, and criticism of Zionism.
See how she used words? See, that's why words do matter. Words really do matter. She said, criticizing the Israeli government is not inherently anti-Semitic. So basically, yeah, it depends on what route you go, but technically it's not. Fuck that shit. The Israeli government is committing a Holocaust. Fuck a genocide. It's committing a Holocaust. And God damn it, if I call them out for committing a Holocaust, it's not anti-Semitic. It's fucking truth. Wow.
Zionism is not automatically anti-Semitic. That being true does not mean that we should not recognize when criticism and when that criticism crosses a line into real harms against our Jewish community.
Bro, so basically saying like, hey, if you cross the line, it's a certain line you can't cross. Now, you can say what the Israeli government doing is fucked up, but when you go to another realm and and say you don't like Jews and stuff, she sound no different than a Zionist. She'll sound no different. She'll sound no different to me. For what I get from that 59-second clip. Shout out to Savvy Sav, by the way. Follow Savvy Sav too on YouTube and on Twitter. Like, she does the damn thing, man. Savvy she's a magnificent person. But getting back to what I was saying, man, LC, man, telling you, drive me crazy, man. So basically, you're trying to say like, hey, you cross a certain line, believing like anti-Semitic, saying like Jews, they are Zionists. If you go beyond the point of saying like these Jews, they are this, that, then that's anti-Semitic. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not, LC. You full of it. You full of it. Full of it. LC full of shit. Like, this is probably the last time we'll talk about Sandy Cortez, unless she says something more stupider. Then I'll talk about it. Like, man, like, damn, man, these people, like LC knows she don't. Like, she can pretend like, hey, I did not vote for funding, even though I wanted to protect the Iron Dome. Like, you can spin it any way you can, LC. Like, apparently you just know better than Trump. Like, Trump think he's basically stupid. You think your little fan base, your little few million followers that follow you on Twitter and Instagram, you think they stupid too? And all of them are calling you out. Not just us. Like, we've been to cut ALC off since Forced to Vote. Ever since the Forced to Vote debacle. We were done with her then. Really, we should have been done with her when she voted for the CARES Act, which was the biggest transfer of wealth. But, but hey, it is what it is. When people show you their ass, you need to believe it. So, all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys, one last story. Oh man, like, these people, like, the more and more the actions, Trump or, Mike Johnson, all these people take, the more I really believe that the Epstein list or the fight logs or whatever you call it, like, I'm pretty sure these people probably in it. They gotta be. So this is today. It says House moves up summer break to avoid Epstein vote as president seize. So yeah, like, I'm pretty sure Trump gave Mike Johnson a phone call, said, Mike, you better not, you better do something, Oh God, let me read this. This is not long. It says the Epstein case. It says the swirling controversy over the Trump administration handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files prompted Speaker Mike Johnson to announce that he will shut down the House shut the House down early for summer break. Heading off, Democrats call for votes for greater transparency into the investigation of the convicted sex offender and former friend of Trump. Read more. It says Speaker Johnson cut short the House session to avoid a vote on Epstein files. So basically, these assholes will be off until September. Like, damn, these motherfuckers take more breaks. You know, asking for a few days off of work, like that could like get you fired if you don't have paid vacation time. Like I had a job that was like that one time. Like these motherfuckers didn't want you to they want you to work during the holidays, even though the job I worked at technically the job was closed. I was like a maintenance person, but these motherfuckers, wow, like damn, they just had a 4th of July break. Now they, damn, tell you boy, um, now I'm gonna play this. It's 34 seconds. Let me see if it'll play. No, it won't, cause it's archived. Fuck. It's okay. Almost done anyway. Speaker Mike Johnson on Tuesday announced he was cutting short this week's legislative business and sending the House home early for summer on Wednesday to avoid having to hold votes on releasing files related to accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. He made a move to deny Democrats a chance to try to force procedural votes on measures that will call on the Justice Department to make the information public. It's reflected how deep divisions among Republicans on the matter have now paralyzed the House as Republicans seek to avoid politically perilous votes on a matter that's confounding President Trump and rolling their MAGA base. So yeah, man, basically, you know, like, I mean, they got the big ugly bill passed, so I mean, they fucked over the American people, you know, Medicaid, Medicare, you know, SNAP, like they fucked you over, you know. They got their donors, they give money to them, they gave them, you know, tax breaks. So really, to be honest with you, like, hey, you know, and then the Jeffrey Epstein files, like, you know, Trump is seething over that. He's crashing out every day on True Social. His base, you know, you got the MAGA sycophants are now saying, oh no, now it's the Democrats, you know, they made it up. It was made up by the Democrats, and the MAGA base still ain't buying that shit. They still putting Trump feet to the fire, which is shocking to me, because Trump, to be honest with you, like Trump said something, and his MAGA base would eat it up. Now this is a different story. I think the reason why it is because, you know, pedophilia has a lot to do with it, you know. But yeah, but MAGA base have to understand, like, your boy Donald Trump is in no files. He's in the files, bro. Like, he told on himself multiple times. Like, I got the video right here. I'm gonna play this video. If you're watching this, you know, like, if you MAGA, like, watch it. Watch the video I'm about to show you. Give me a sec. Like Trump told on himself. Like, here's the video right here.
By Chris Wray, and they were run by Comey, and because it was actually even before that administration, right? They've been running these files, and so much of the things that we found were fake with me. So he said so much of the things that they found in the files were fake with me. So basically, he's saying he's in there. Basically, telling on himself. Of course, he's gonna say they fake, right? Oh my God. So yeah. I mean, really, why they still in session? Like, bro, you got what you wanted. Like, you fucked over the American people. I mean, you don't have legislation to improve people's lives. Like, I mean, like, hell, really, at this point, they might as well take a vacation until fucking never. Because really, at this point, I mean, they fight for they work for their donors. They don't work for the American people. And also too, they want to protect pedophiles, which this is what they're doing. Like, they're really exposing themselves. Like, why are you willing to push summer break to now to avoid the files? Like, you know, one time too, then I'm a call it quits. Like, I really used to believe that our government, like, maybe because, you know, I grew up in a procedural household type of environment. Like, you're supposed to, you know, obey God, your government. Like, I thought our government wouldn't lie to us. I thought they were procedural. I thought they were supposed to work for us, but they don't. All that shit I grew up learning was a lie. It was a lie, and you know, hopefully I'm here to tell the younger generation, like, you know, try to build up revolutionary spirit, bring back a revolutionary spirit, because these motherfuckers don't care about you.
like most of them in the Epstein files, most of them are pedos anyway. Like that's why Mike Johnson, Trump tried to pressure them to do this. Yeah, this is all through Trump. So, all right, guys, that's the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I sure have. I love doing this. I'm supposed to move this weekend, but I will. But anyway, in the meantime, like the video. If you're watching it this far, thank you so much. It's free. It don't cost you none. Shop our merch store, ATP Network at myshopify.com. Follow us on Twitter, the ATP Network official Twitter account at ATP Network 247. And also GazaFunds.com. Help out the Palestinians any way you can. And also one last thing, guys. If you're on Twitter and a Palestinian comes into your DMs, man, be nice to them, man. Like, they want you to mostly push out their campaign, and some of them do want you to donate to them. If you're not able to donate, just tell them, I'm not able to do it right now, but I will share it. So, just do something. Anything helps, man. Anything helps. So, all right, y'all. That wraps it up for this episode of The Good Faith Show. I'm Andre Morton signing out. Have a good one. And also, what I always say, fuck Benjamin and Yahoo. And also, I wish that bacteria will win. That's in their system. Have a